Hi everybody, and welcome back to the fantastic world of Oblivion Remaster. So today I'm just going to show you something pretty quick to do with lock picking. More so, how to duplicate lock picks. The problem that I've noticed is every time that I go on to YouTube, for example, to look up Oblivion videos, what people are doing, what people haven't done or have done or whatever, they pretty much made a solid compilation of videos when it comes to Oblivion Remaster and all the neat little things you can do with the old school Bethesda jank that's in it. However, there's one common problem that a lot of new players are having, and that's the lockpicking system. Now, a lot of people are trying to give you explanations on how to lockpick these little locks, and it's one of those things where you kind of have to feel it out. It's really hard to kind of learn from someone else's experience. You kind of have to experience yourself to do that. But I figured, hey, you know what? It won't hurt to have a whole bunch of lockpicks. So even if you break them, you still have plenty to use. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go into our miscellaneous. We're going to go to our lockpicks. We're going to select one lockpick, put it into the box that you're using or to store stuff. Then you press the A button, R button at the same time. Press A again, maybe A one more time. The lockpick will go back into your inventory that's in that box that you were using to store stuff, and it'll double the amount of lockpicks that you have. We're going to do this again. Let's go back to lockpicks. 1, A and RB. A again. Goes back into your inventory, doubles your lockpicks. And this is what we're going to keep on doing until we have a good little bit of lockpicks that are disposable. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And then we're just going to bump up the amount of lockpicks in your inventory because they don't weigh anything. You hear people talk about the exploit. They haven't really told you, hey, just, you can duplicate your lockpicks. Go for it because it'll help you. And it really will, actually. The more times you do lockpicking, the easier the lockpicking gets. 1, because your character gets better at it. And 2, because you kind of get a better feel for it. And I mean, if you have too many, you can always sell it to a trader like I'm doing right now. I'm going to sell them, I don't know, I guess 100 lockpicks. They go for about 3 gold, 3 septims a piece. You'll probably only get maybe 1 septim a piece, but they don't weigh anything. So you can also make a good little bit of money by duplicating your lockpicks over and over again.
Bye.
It's another really easy way to make extra money because the merchants in Oblivion, unlike in Skyrim, will all have a set amount of money for each transaction that you make. But anyway, yeah, that's just a little something I wanted to share with you guys. And I also want to tell you that this game right here, there's really not a whole lot of extra stuff that I can tell you about. Everybody, it seems, on the internet, anyone who's interested in playing an Elder Scrolls game is like, yeah, Oblivion, yeah, we're trying it. A lot of new players are getting into it, which is great because this is the game that I started with. What's really bothering me is all the people, Oblivion sucks, you want to play Morrowind, Morrowind's better, Morrowind, I want to bang Morrowind up the butt, like, come on, guys. The game's from 2003, it's 22 years old. Granted, it's only a few years older than Oblivion, but they haven't remastered it. And this is something that me being a veteran Oblivion player, I kind of missed, because a lot of, new people are getting into these games. And the game that I grew up with is not this game. It's the original version. And it is this one right here. This is the game that I grew up playing. It's a little different. It's similar, but it's different. And I understand now when some people who started with Skyrim try to go back to this game and they're like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. This game it's too old. The mechanics are too outdated. I can't get over how the characters are. I can't stand what the environment looks like. I get it now. And the reason why I get it is because I decided, okay, all these Morrowind people, I understand you're a little bit older than me, not by much, I'm sure. But that was your game. This one right here was mine. And I understand why you'd want newer players to play Morrowind. But I went back and I downloaded Morrowind, and I was like, you know what? Let me check this out real quick. So I went to start it just to see if I could get into it, and well, I'll show you how long I played before I got tired of it. I got to here. I made my character. I went to go and try to find where the hell the dagger was. There was nothing showing me where the dagger is. So okay, I'm being impatient. I need to go look around and find it. I found it. Not really much of a problem. It was right there on the table. Should have seen it. I understand, whatever. And I was like, okay, so I got my first weapon, even though this is not the type of weapon that is good with my character, because I am a Nord. That's usually what I pick the first time I play a game. Well, an Elder Scrolls game. That's what I usually pick, except for, besides Oblivion, I picked a High Elf. That was the first Elder Scrolls game that I really ever saw in my life. And I didn't know anything about anything, so I was like, all right, well, this is the tallest guy, so I'm going to choose him. And I went out into this, I guess, field or whatever, and I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, so there's 2 doors here, and now I'm going to have to go back to just even find my way out of here, and I'm like, wow, I can't stand the way this thing looks. I can't stand the way that my character walks. I can't stand that it's naturally inverted controls. I was like, nah, that's just not me, sorry. So after I did that, I was like, okay, I get you Skyrim people. I get you that, when you say that, or when you are from Skyrim originally, you try to go back to Oblivion. And luckily for me, they remade Oblivion and kind of updated it. And I guess they're probably going to do the same thing with Morrowind eventually. And I got a feeling I want to try it, and I want to get some flack from old school Morrowind players. Oh, that's not how the game played. That's not how it works. We had to do this. 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 And yeah, I get it. It's a different experience, and it's not going to be the same experience that you had. But you also got to remember, when you first had that experience, that game was top notch. That game was the game. That game was advanced graphics, all that other good stuff, big ass game. And it's just is not. It's obsolete. And you have to accept that your favorite games are becoming obsolete, which I've accepted. And I am not going to apologize for that. I'm not, a teenager anymore. I am stuck in my ways a little bit. I like certain games more so than others. Here, I'm letting this mud crab hit me so I can up my heavy armor skills. And it's taken a while, so I'm just going to speed up through this. But basically, this mud crab is attacking me. He's pretty weak. However, every time that he attacks me, it adds to points towards heavy armor for my character. And is one way to level up your armor, is just letting weak enemies like mud crabs attack you. And there it is right there. So, yeah, enough of that mud crab. But anyway, yeah, this was pretty much the game that I grew up with. This is sort of like going back to your childhood home. You've been away for a while, you go back and it just looks different. The way that you remember it, it doesn't add up to what it really looks like. But then, if you're like me, you haven't played Oblivion in a while, or you only just put it in just recently, which is funny. I didn't even know that they're coming out with a remaster. But yeah, just going back to it and then seeing how they updated it, it's kind of surreal of how fast life changes, how fast gaming changes, where things go in a short amount of time. I mean, I started playing this game back 2008, I think it was. The game was already out for a few years at that point. But yeah, this is my game. This was my home. I don't know if it's still my home, and I have very fond memories of the original version. But I will say I am enjoying this remake. It is a little different, and for anyone who's new at Elder Scrolls games, especially ones who started with Skyrim, I just wanted to apologize really quick for me being a little bit harsh on you, I guess. And I had to kind of kick myself in the face a little bit to realize, okay, this game, how this happened is kind of the same way that people that played Morrowind probably feel. So we'll see how that happens in the future. But yeah, right here, I'm just going to enjoy looking at this game, appreciate the beautiful scenery that they've created, appreciate the experiences that may be new to me in this one, and visit the fond memories that I have of this game, the original one, and enjoy the time that I played in this original game, and enjoy the old scenery, remember it, breathe it in, and continue to move on. This game was my little safe house or whatever when I was younger. This game is one that I won't ever forget. But times change, things change, people change. So now we're in this game, and it's pretty much the same, but it's different. I think that's an analogy of life as you get older. I think that's why nostalgia has such an impact on humans. But anyway, thanks for going on this little journey with me. You guys have a good evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is where you're at, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye now.